You know you have to play it again.
Play it again!
But you just gave me some bad news.
I did. Oh, shoot.
I don't know what the O Street is. Yay! Hello, everyone. I am solo because my husband ran out of the room. I don't know if he had to go, really had to go. I'm not sure.
Gotta go. Where you
got to go.
Hello.
Oh, you got your phone. I didn't know.
I had to do this.
So you said, I'm trying to figure out, something said I'm out of storage.
Yes, so it doesn't record it and stay on your computer.
I know. Well, the thing is, we have so many of these. So we've done so many Boozing with Gays episodes that I'm running out of storage. I'm not sure on what. I guess StreamYard?
We have 2+ years of doing this.
How about that?
Isn't that crazy?
Have we gotten better? I don't think so. Are we at all particularly more
have we gotten sober?
I didn't have well.
And there you have it.
There's
right there.
the question of the moment. We got to pour a drink.
All right, so
we have a setup.
Tonight is our mystery drink. We have no idea what this is. Our friend Alessandra brought this over.
Yes.
It is a Christmas cocktail.
It looks like it's in an asparagus jar. Like
pickled asparagus
yeah.
or something in this.
Yeah.
We've not tasted it.
I hope it doesn't taste like pickled asparagus.
And she brought it over. So we are
She told us what was in it, but I'd kind of forgotten. Do you remember at all what she said? I don't remember. Here, paper towels right here.
Oh, paper towel.
Here.
Paper towel. So we're going to experiment with
the
this.
wipe up.
So you are.
I used to, when I was a young parent, I was never really a young parent, but I was a parent with young ones. I never was good at the wipe up because I didn't have them, and all the other mothers, does anyone have a wipe?
True story. Here, give me your glass.
I don't. It seems like I'm going to let you.
We don't know what this is. Our friend Alessandra.
It looks like there has to be cranberry. It looks like there's orange, but what's in the bottom?
They had a holiday party, this was part of it.
It's not like a dark liquor. It's not like I mentioned a vodka.
It might be a vodka. We don't know.
Could be a rum. I mean,
ready?
Like white rum.
Hey, happy holidays.
Hey, mystery.
Hey.
Oh,
he's spilling.
He's the one spilling. That's just refreshing. I don't know what it is.
It's like there's no booze in it at all. And she said it was so strong.
No, I'm tasting
be careful.
Booze. I taste booze.
Is it because I'm just so...
You're inured? Is that the word?
I'm inured. I'm inured. I'm inured. Move that from me, baby.
Oh, yeah. We don't need that.
So, hey, y'all. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.
Okay. We need to talk about this week.
Oh, my God.
Because if I had it's been a week thing.
Honey, after all this eating, this shirt has never been truer. I called in thick today, honey, because we had some
realize
people over.
I don't see these shirts before these moments. He actually keeps them a surprise for me, so I've not seen that one.
So,
not seen it.
So, we had 25 people.
No, I'm backing up.
Oh,
I'm backing up to Tuesday. You had a major birthday party.
Oh.
You had a major birthday party. And we planned for that. I made a salad.
You made a salad. We had Mexican food.
We had Mexican food.
So for my birthday, I didn't allude to what it was. I had a party. And there's people who were very upset that they didn't get an invitation to the party. But it was a very special party for me because it's something I really, really wanted to do for a very long time.
Which
was when I turned 60, I wanted to be surrounded by people like me. Like this, thick black folks. And I had a party of about 35 people, all black folks, except for the one reverse, fly on the buttermilk. We watched,
buttermilk.
That's what they call like the only black person in the room. Oh, look, it's the fly on the buttermilk.
We got to find a different analogy. I'm kind of the maggot in the chocolate milk.
The cracker in the drawer. Anyway, we drank, we ate, we watched Foxy Brown on the big screen, and baby, we hooped and we hollered and we danced after, and it was an amazing, magical experience.
I want to talk about this a bit.
Talk about it.
Because if you were to watch Foxy Brown, those of us who are, movie people.
Foxy Brown is a classic blaxploitation film starring Pam Grier and Antonio Fargas.
Yes, and it's 1972 or something.
Yeah, right? 72.
And if you were to watch Foxy Brown, you can poke a hole in every scene. There was gratuitous nudity. There was gratuitous violence.
And we loved it.
There was but in so many ways, you would say this isn't that good. Because I kept saying, what does Foxy Brown actually do for a living? You'd think she's a detective, but she's not a detective. She's not. But then she plays a prostitute, and then she gets drugged up, and then she flies an airplane. I mean, she kind of is this all-purpose individual.
But we never know exactly what she does for a living.
We don't know what
we think she's an insurance person.
We know
maybe.
She gets in the middle of things. She's a wrong.
Every time someone dates her, they die.
If there's an injustice, Foxy Brown will be in the middle of it. That I do know. There's an injustice. She'll be in the,
but it was a hoot and a holler,
but
and we had such
I want
a good
to
time.
talk about
that.
I want to talk about because I would say if you were to rate Foxy Brown as a movie by looking at it, it's not necessarily a good movie. But we were talking about the import of blaxploitation films and what they did for the Black community, what they've done. And I think that was important. We talked about this.
Well, look, here's the thing. It was a time we got to see ourselves on camera. We got to see ourselves, regardless of what the imagery was. We saw people who looked like this on camera. We saw people who looked like this, writing it sometimes, directing it sometimes, producing it sometimes. But, but we were there. We were in the mix, and it felt so good to watch us. And also watch us kick the asses of mostly white folks.
Yeah, that's true, too.
And that was an imagery that was just like, oh my gosh.
And the white people in this movie were like horrible white people today.
If you get to see it, just watch the first 15 minutes of the white woman who's the lead. I can't remember her name. We talked about it afterwards.
Bob.
But she literally does this the whole film.
First of all, her eyes are really wide. She's like a reptile. She could see either way.
Just her eyes told us that she was evil.
And she's a theater actor. So every word had weight.
Brilliant. And it was a lovely night.
And unfortunately, we found out she died like 2 years after the making it. She was on the path of perhaps becoming much larger. Anyway.
Before we move on to the next thing, I want to say hi to some people.
Say hi to people.
During this new holiday season. Dion, hi. What's up? Matthew Black. Yes, we had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Hey, Dion said it. Nancy was here for Thanksgiving.
Nancy was here.
Hey, Sumac. Greg Gunter. You know about that drink. Bobby VJ Molly.
Well, Jason says, Jason, did I spoil
Taryn
the movie?
Jason.
I spoiled the movie? Jesus.
Oh, nothing can spoil that movie. Hey, Jason Chan, the man I wanted to marry. Jason Singer. Mwah. Catherine Loder is the white actress. Yes, Catherine Loder. She's just brilliant.
I think he said,
hey,
Catherine
Benet.
Loder is the white a tree.
You know what? Everybody needs a tree.
She's the white a tree.
Everybody needs a tree. That's it. But we watched it. We had a blast. And then 2 days later, we had Thanksgiving. Had 25 people over.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with me, but it is taking me so much longer to recuperate.
This was a hard one.
Anything.
This was crazy.
Like, okay, we had big birthdays. We had first of all, we came back from Europe.
Big birthday.
There was a lot of boom, boom, boom. And I think that just kind of getting the equilibrium back from Europe has taken a heck of a lot of time.
I miss Laura.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Equilibrium.
Yes. But we had
inured is my word for you today.
No, stop it. So we got back, we get to Thanksgiving, and we thought that we were going to have no desserts. Turns out.
Anyone need anything? Whichever dessert.
Jane Morris, hey girl.
We got
Tiffany
pie.
Bourne, baby. We had key
Jane
lime
Morris,
pie.
do you need any food?
We had
you can come over.
2 pecan pies. We had an apple pie. We had 3 sweet potato pies. We had a pumpkin pie. We had we had sweet the bread bread pudding. We had bread pudding. It was just like nothing but desserts, Sabine. Nothing but desserts. So needless to say,
Jennifer Lee Warren's still laughing about Foxy Brown.
Oh, so baby, we had so much fun with Foxy Brown. It was so great.
We need to start this show if we're going to do this.
All right,
show. So we're starting with. Well, you're gonna. I have a video.
So when I was talking about the fact that we got to see ourselves on screen, the reason that I was given permission to be an actor, is because of a movie I saw during that same time period in the 70s. So we're gonna play a clip, and then we're gonna talk about it. Go.
Partial clip.
Yes. I want you to sing, Spark.
What have I got to sing about? Sticks, what have I got to sing about?
What happened to sister, not to you. You got your whole life. City Hall.
Loving you, baby, brings the chills right down the spine. All my love is yours. Ooh, I confess.
So that movie is Sparkle. Hey, Jake, that movie is Sparkle. Sparkle was the first movie, not with all black people, but the first movie I saw with all black people who were singers and dancers and actors. And it was like, I can do that. I can actually do that. They allowed me to say, I want to be on stage. I want to perform. And it was that. And then this week we lost yesterday.
Yeah.
One of the greats in this movie.
Who I featured in the clip.
Who was featured in this clip, Miss
Yeah.
Irene Cara.
She died at 63.
63, gone
Which
too
is
soon.
specifically
It's
young.
crazy,
Holy
so
moly.
young. And she inspired a generation because she was the lead as well as the vocal lead in a movie called Fame. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how
Is
to
there really
fly
a lead in that
high.
movie? She's one of the many leads.
But I think we
500
all remember
leads.
who Coco is. She played
We remember
Coco.
Coco Hernandez. Yes.
Coco Hernandez,
Indeed.
baby. So she
And then
passed
she
away.
won an Oscar for
Hot Stuff.
no,
Who was this?
Flashdance. What a Feeling.
Flashdance. What a
'Cause
feeling.
she helped write the music. She won an Oscar, a Grammy, and a Golden Globe. So that was her
She
year.
did, yeah.
for-
So she gave us permission.
Now I have a
by doing
question
that.
because when I did kind of looked up her stuff, I hadn't seen her do anything recently. Do you know what she's been up to?
I don't know the
she,
last
she
thing.
lived in Florida. She passed away in Florida, but I don't know.
She did the musical version of Fame in London.
But did she?
Yeah, she did that.
Did she
Directed
play like
by Charles August, who directed Five Guys Named Mo.
Did she play? She couldn't have played.
I don't know who
at that
she
point.
played in it, but I know that she was in that version in London. But it's a very sad thing. Her passing away. And I just want to say, fly diva, fly. We also had another passing away of our
gosh,
dear,
oh my God.
sweet friend,
Oh
Miss
my gosh!
Pat.
Yes, of course.
Honey, Miss Pat. If you've ever been to our house for a party, you knew Miss Pat.
She sat
you knew
on
where
this
she
stool.
sat.
She didn't
would
move.
sit here, right where he's
She
sitting.
drank
She drank vodka cranberry,
nothing else. No
not
lime,
vodka
don't-
cranberry cocktail.
No.
It better be regular cranberry. She sat here. She would hold court. She was a dear friend
Her
of ours.
nails were always done.
Perfect, impeccable. Oh, she was just lovely.
And Pat was had become a fixture at our house at many parties, and we didn't even know she was sick, and she passed away unfortunately
Yeah.
this last Tuesday.
Yeah. So
So-
and we just found out. So
To Miss Pat,
so this might be a little too pink for you, Miss Pat, but here you go, girl. There we go. Come on, diva. All right, so let's go.
we're on to bits and bobs. Okay, this is literally a bunch of random crap, which is why we're doing.
Stick
bits
around
and
for the
bobs.
bunch of random
It's
crap.
a bunch of. So
Because-
this is a game show in Australia. It's called The Chase. The clip is literally 20 seconds or something. We'll discuss.
Hold on.
Anything to do with space and all that kind of
Do you
thing.
believe that man has walked on the moon?
No.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't. I think that was a conspiracy.
I wish you lots of luck. And your time starts now. The first person to set foot on the moon was US astronaut Neil who?
Armstrong.
Correct.
So I kind of went around because she doesn't believe people walked on the moon, but she knew the answer to that question for $1,000. What are you doing with your face? What are you doing with your face?
These people who don't believe things.
But she got that $1,000. She didn't
So-
hold on to her conviction not to get the money. She went, no, I'm going to make the $1,000. Okay, Neil Armstrong.
Okay, this is from The Chase. This is the Australian version. I'm addicted to the American version of The Chase. If you
It
saw the
looks
game
very
show,
different than
looks
that.
very different. But on the game show network, it's called The Chase, and it's this beautiful woman and the Beast. There's a man who's like 6'7" and 320 pounds, and he sits at the top of this thing, and they call him the Beast. And you can just tell he's the biggest bear sweetheart ever. And
But he'd be an asshole at a
he's
party
like
because he
Ninsa.
knows everything.
He knows everything.
And
They
like
have
he
to
would
defeat him.
correct you.
I love
He'd be
that show.
correcting us all the time.
I
on this
love
show.
that show so much. But yeah,
No, but so
I don't
yeah,
get
this
her.
kind of went around, which was just maybe, I thought of something else as you were talking about Irene Cara. Interestingly, so you were talking about Irene Cara did the show Fame in London.
Yes.
We just saw like 2 weeks ago. We saw To Kill a Mockingbird, and Mary Badham, who was the original scout in the movie, was in that production. And I thought, what a weird life to kind of be tethered. I know maybe tethered is the wrong word, but attached to. Maybe she appreciates this to Kill a Mockingbird for so much of her life.
Yeah.
That did struck me when we saw that.
And I love the fact that she did that. It was great to see her and do that.
And of course, she played like the old racist neighbor of Atticus Finch, and she used the N-word and was quite salty.
But I would love to hear y'all, if you saw To Kill a Mockingbird, I'd love to hear your comments because I'm the person who says, it should never have been.
You're of the. Do we need it still? See, this is very good to evaluate. So when Maxie read to Catcher in the Rye this last year, I said I want to read it with you, and I read like literally half of it, and I said I so hate Holden Caulfield. I don't care. I just don't care. And I wonder, why are we keeping, Catcher in the Rye around? Maybe it's just, why are we keeping To Kill a Mockingbird around? I remember liking that book as opposed to Catcher in the Rye, but
it was one of my family's favorite movies.
A time period.
But again, it featured you actually, even though you knew what was going to happen to the black people, no spoiler alerts, Jason Singer, but you knew what was going to happen to the black people. It was so good just to see black people that black people watched it. But this version, I was like, why?
I don't think it's
why are you
this
putting me
version.
through this?
Why
are you putting me through trauma?
I don't think there's any version of To Kill a Mockingbird.
For me, it was trauma.
No. But I think any version of To Kill a Mockingbird would make you feel this way. I don't think it was this.
Unless there was really
version of
tequila.
There was tequila, and we switched. Yeah, that's something.
More bits and bobs. Go.
Okay. Yay!
Let me tell you,
there's no setup. No setup.
We're
random. Here we go.
It's not a boy hole or a girl hole or a lady hole. It's a man hole. Men go down to work there. And there's always one man outside to help.
It's a manhole. It's not a lady hole. Not a boy hole, not a girl hole. It's a manhole.
And men go down there.
Men go down there.
Men go down there.
Only Fred Rogers could kind of put a point on it like that.
Just the tip, Fred. Just the tip.
All right, because we're just moving on. Jinx Monsoon, who is one of my favorite drag queens on RuPaul's Drag Race. Would you agree?
Yes, like Jinx Monsoon.
And Jinx Monsoon is probably one of the best improvisers they have on that show. She's just amazing. It was just announced that, Joel, I'm going to let Jinx tell you because it's right here. It was just announced in a tweet. Jinx announced this. I cannot stress enough that this has been a lifelong dream of mine. I'm making my Broadway debut. We did it, kids. Jinx Monsoon as matron Mama Morton. So they are referred to some of the they are going to be on the Broadway, and so they did do a
hi Tom Zanarini.
They did do a tweet live. And
There's a live tweet.
This is the live tweet. I'm
going
to show you.
We did it, Joe.
And I'm wondering, do you understand what that is?
Well, yeah, because it's our vice president.
I didn't quite get it. So anyway, this is the back-to-back. I thought we should see the back-to-back.
We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe.
Okay, so here's the thing, y'all. Our son had to go back to Camarillo today. He's here a whole week.
Bits and bobs.
I was gone for like 3 hours round trip, taking him back and all this stuff. And
I know what you're going to say.
And so my husband puts together this show, and he does an amazing job. And so he just puts shit in that I have never seen, and I see it for the first time. And I go, it is the stupidest thing. But we did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe.
I'm telling you right now, she has that vocal fry down. That vocal fry. I love it.
So
cheers to you, Jinx Monsoon.
If you haven't seen Jinx Monsoon on Drag Race, I mean, I would recommend look up the Snatch Game that was done because that is hysterical. We just feel like we're going to get called by RuPaul and he's going to want his, $38,000 if we play anything like that. So go online.
Watch it. I just want to say this. I want to, can they sing? Yes, they can.
Yes, I would. If you watch the Snatch Game, they do Judy Garland, and you can see by that they can sing.
Yes, it's absolutely brilliant. They're a brilliant performer. More.
You're terrible, Muriel. We just went to Muriel's wedding. I'm not sure what just happened. Okay. Oh, we left the thing. Okay. So Biden pardoned turkeys.
And now, based on their temperament and commitment to being productive members of society, I hereby pardon. Yes. I hereby pardon Chocolate and Chip. Before I gobble up too much time, I didn't mean to get started, man. Don't start on it. And by the way, that's my grandson, Bo, up there, and my granddaughter. Don't let him jump. Any rate, you know, we got to get on with this. First of all, the votes are in. They've been counted and verified. There's no ballot stuffing. There's no foul play. The only red wave this season is going to be a German Shepherd Commander knocks over the cranberry sauce on our table.
He just kept riffing. Grampy Joe just said, you know, the turkeys gobble. He riffs on that. The dog barks up on the balcony, riffs on that. My grandchildren come out, don't drop them.
Well, it was like the turkey was commenting on how bad the joke was. Don't run afoul.
Don't run. We're going to gobble it down.
You lucky you pardoned me.
And the turkey, I don't know if you heard, the turkeys' names were Chocolate and Chip. Why are you naming turkeys something you want to eat if you're going to pardon them? Thoughts I had watching this earlier today.
You've had thoughts before. You have. Maybe this drink is stronger than I thought it was.
Thoughts. Okay, this takes us to serious stuff, but we had to get through some silly, idiotic, dumb stuff.
We have more. One more. Wait, you forgot this. You forgot that.
Oh, I did skip that. Oh, sure, let's do that.
We gotta do that.
We'll go back to Biden serious stuff in a second.
Yeah.
So we do have this.
Sean Taylor, I love you.
Boop, 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 boop. So this is Ben Platt and Noah Galvin. They've been in a relationship since May 2020, and they got engaged on Thanksgiving. And what's notable about the two of them is that Ben Platt originated the role of Evan Hansen, won a Tony, won a Grammy, and then it was taken over by Noah Galvin, who also then played Evan Hansen. And I can't think of any other relationship where people got together that played the same part, whether on Broadway, on a movie screen, on a television. Can you think of any? I don't know. Was Dick Sargent and Dick York, I don't know, in a relationship or something? I'm just wondering.
It's funny, though, when you said there's one common denominator between them. I thought you were going to say something else.
Like what?
Like I've worked with both of them.
And Michael Shepard, of course, is a common denominator for both.
I'm a common denominator.
Do you have any stories that are of interest?
Well,
startling.
I work with Ben Platt in Caroline or Change, the Broadway musical.
Who did he play?
The little boy, Noah.
Me. He was little Noah. At that point?
He was 11. He was 11 years old.
He's like the male Leah Michelle, isn't he?
Yes. He was 11 years old when he played Noah.
And then, interestingly, now he's marrying someone named Noah. Did it again. Circle.
Look at that. Circle of life.
Right here on Boozing with Gays.
And then with hold on, something in my eye. And then with Noah Galvin, I did a workshop of an Irish play, before I actually perfected my Irish accent.
Don't ask him to do it, please.
Don't ask me to do my Irish accent.
No Irish accents.
And we did a workshop together, directed by Zoe. Oh God, what's Zoe's?
Was it directed by Trevor Noah? If it was directed by Trevor Noah, then you'd have a Noah triumvirate.
Yeah,
which would be kind of nice. Yes,
Zoe Perry, who is Laurie Metcalf and Jeff Perry's daughter, who I was her first babysitter. She's on that TV show, Young. What's the TV show?
I am so lost. I am so sorry.
Are y'all with me? Anyway,
is this thing
so
on?
I've worked with both of them, and I've had a lovely time with each of them.
I have to...
Another quick note: Noah Galvin played the Dan Savage character in their TV show, And I've known Dan Savage since he was 18 and was with him when he came out to his
This
parents.
became really uninteresting, didn't it? I mean, I don't know. Just let me know if you think this. I thought this was interesting. So look at what Sabine said. I don't understand why turkeys need to be pardoned. Asking for your... I have no idea. But I don't know why we named the turkeys that we pardon edible objects. That doesn't make any sense to me. And
Come
then
here, Fidel and
Ashley
Barbatal.
said, so is Michael the Kevin Bacon in the scenario? I'm going to cue you in.
I love bacon.
Michael is the bacon of the scenario.
I love
Because
bacon.
he loves bacon. He made it today.
Jennifer
He
Lee
made it
Warren
yesterday.
hooked me up to this sodium-free bacon at Costco, baby. I'm eating it like it has no consequences because it's sodium-free, knowing it's still gonna kill me.
All right, we're moving on to the serious things.
All right, so some serious stuff, y'all.
Okay, so we're going to go to Club Q, which was really the tragedy of last week, the shooting.
There's a shooting at a
Colorado
queer nightclub in
Springs.
Colorado Springs. 5 people were dead, 19 people were injured. And there were...
I'm jumping ahead. Here,
Oh,
let me
go ahead.
framework and then you go.
All right, go.
Okay. So the Bidens, this is why it was significant to Biden, which is why he was originally attached to this, reached out to the club owners, and GLAAD decided to report on it. They said, today POTUS and FLOTUS called the owners of Club Q, Nick, I would love to say Zetka, and Matthew Haynes to offer condolences and reiterate support for the vibrant and strong Club Q family and commitment to fighting back against hate and gun violence. I'm saying this and showing this because to hear a president reach out like this, it touches me in a way I really can't describe. It fills me because we went through such a time where gay people were not acknowledged, where gay people were thought about, where there were no condolences or anything. It was just, let's pretend they don't exist and move forward. And so the fact that we have a president and a first
If you want
lady-
to think about it, there's only been about 8 years we've been acknowledged by presidents.
Yeah, well, and we had 4 of those years that we were not acknowledged. So,
I know, but
yes.
and everything before that, not acknowledged.
No, you're 100% correct, which is
So,
why
yeah.
it
So
hit
this is a big deal. This is a big deal.
majorly that they reached out. We also want to show these 2 gentlemen. This is Thomas James and Richard Fierro. Now, these are the 2 people that saved the situation from being worse. So Thomas James on the left knocked the guy over, or knocked the rifle out of the shooter's hands.
Yeah.
And then basically Richard Fierro pummeled the shit out of him. This is my understanding from Richard Fierro, because he's done a lot of interviews.
we have yet to find out there was a drag queen performer who stomped on this fucker.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, with her stiletto.
So I didn't read this in the original reporting, but there was a drag queen birthday happening at the
and
club
they were there celebrating
and
their friends.
And so thoughts are that perhaps the shooter, because we haven't heard any reason, motive, thoughts are that the shooter may have heard about this and gone in being anti-drag queen. And that goes straight back to rhetoric and political anti-rhetoric that the political right are basically doing against gays, lesbians, drag queens, trans. It doesn't matter. They're doing all this nasty rhetoric, and it's filling a bunch of people up with crap.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Look, and we say Republicans, but I also want to make it clear, there are Democrats who feel the same way. They just don't say it. Let's be very clear about that.
Well, I don't know that the shooter was a Republican or Democrat. I don't want to put that in.
But his grandfather,
But he's
the reason we don't know the shooter's name as much, because the grandfather was a MAGA senator. And
the shooter's name is out there.
but
I don't
because
choose to
we have
say
not
it,
heard
but-
anything, though.
No, they've not said.
They're not
motive.
saying anything. They're
holding
not
off.
holding off because they're trying to spin this because of the time frame we're
They're
in.
bringing up on charges of a hate crime. They're doing that, but we have not been told by.
Well, let's see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Mayor tweeted, or Mayor Pete tweeted, as we say on the West Coast.
But
if you're a politician or media figure who sets up the LGBTQ community to be hated and feared, not because of any of us ever harmed you, but because you find it useful, then don't you dare act surprised when this kind of violence follows. Don't you dare act surprised. And as per usual, Mayor Pete can't do anything without Tucker Carlson saying shit.
Pete Buttigieg wants to talk about identity. He always wants to talk about identity. And the funny, ironic thing is, until just a few years ago, Buttigieg wouldn't even admit that he was gay. He hid that and then lied about it for reasons he has never been asked to explain. Why not?
So this was part of a long harangue of his. I just wanted the Colonel because I don't like his voice. Do you like his voice?
Oh, I don't like shit about
I
that
don't
little
like too
nasty
much about him.
ass.
He went on and on about, don't you dare talk about it, mimicking Pete's tweet. He went on and on, but then the core of it was that he said Pete lied about himself being gay because Pete was in the military and Don't Ask, Don't Tell was in place. And if Pete admitted he was gay, he'd be kicked out of the military. And just side note, Tucker Carlson, you never served,
bitch.
You never did a damn thing for the military
Bitch,
or helped it. You can't commend the troops and not also commend.
Let me Nancy Pelosi your ass.
Sit down, Tucker Carlson.
If you came with that huge ass butt plug inside you.
Does he have a butt plug inside him?
I can't imagine anything else being inside of him. No heart. No brain. Just a plug. But I called in thick today.
Mariah Carey had an announcement on, I don't know if it was on Halloween night or November 1st. But
Can I just say this?
Oh, what? Go ahead.
This is the way things go. Halloween!
Stop it.
It's time.
I didn't realize something.
What's that?
I'm going to confess this to you.
Live.
I didn't realize Mariah Carey was such a Christmas nut. I didn't know.
You might even be able to take away the word Christmas.
I didn't know that she was the one that officially started the Christmas season once Halloween ended. I guess she's the one.
She's November 1st.
She's
Halloween.
Like, bam.
Christmas starts officially November 1st.
I didn't know. And today on the news, it was kind of funny because I guess Biden's Christmas tree came in and the right were like going, how dare he be so fast for bringing the Christmas tree? I don't think he did it. I think Mariah brought in her Christmas tree November 1st, so it has something to do with Biden.
Right.
She rings in the Christmas season. Go ahead.
Our youngest is like this. Can we not play? Because we were in a grocery store like 3 days before Thanksgiving Day.
She learns. They learn it. Don't you? No judgment.
I'm not trying to judge.
No, that was judgy.
Okay.
That was judgy. No judging.
Right, cool. But
okay, cool. The words are, I'm sorry.
Is it?
I don't. Well, they. I think that's how you say it.
We were in Albertsons and they're playing All I Want for Christmas You, and they were like, "How is we haven't just? It was
how is we haven't?
How is they were and I what? So they want to start a campaign to bring Thanksgiving back, but then realize in saying that Thanksgiving was actually a bad thing. So they're torn. They're torn now.
It is hard.
They're torn.
It is, I wish if we can readapt what Thanksgiving is, like as opposed to doing the stupid story about the Pilgrims and the Indians eating maize together.
Well, it's we're calling it Indigenous Peoples Day. We have to first stop calling it Thanksgiving, call it Indigenous Peoples Day.
I'm going to finish the thought though.
All right, go finish your thought.
But the idea of giving thanks, of community, of coming together, I like that aspect of it. Yes. I don't care what that means, what community that is. We all have different communities. But I like the fact that I like that aspect of it. And also then looking back and reflecting and being thankful, which actually we didn't do in our family this year. We didn't kind of look back and kind of go, what are we thankful for this year? Which is...
We had too many pies.
We fell asleep.
We couldn't do it. There were too many pies. Hey, Violetta. Hey, Violet. So one of the things that happened at my party, Violet Vasquez made these homemade cheesecakes. If y'all want them, I'll send you her information. These were the best freaking cheesecakes ever. Hey,
Violet, put in the
Miss Wilson,
how much it costs for a cheesecake, because they were literally, and people who said, I think Jennifer Lee Warren was one of them, said, I judge cheesecakes harshly, and I can't. My words are not coming. What's happening today?
This drink is
stronger than I think it is. But judges of cheesecake were like, no, this is the. And Maxwell ate all of the cheesecake that came home. They're gone. So.
Oh no! Mariah Carey lost her in court trying to trademark the Queen of Christmas.
Oh, that was our next topic. Jennifer Lee Warden.
You know.
Warren.
I'm innocent, Warden.
I'm having issues.
This drink, she said it was strong. She said
it was strong.
She said it was stronger and it would hit you fast.
Okay, so I happen to love the fact that someone goes, I'm going to label myself something. And in order to do it, I have to go to the U.S. Patent Bureau to do it. I want to be the Queen of Christmas. And then it actually is more than that. If I can't, because she went for other things too. If I can't be Queen of Christmas, I'll be like the Princess Christmas. Or I'll be like the QOC. Like she had all of these things. She went to the patent office, she being Mariah Carey, and wanted to own for herself. And the only reason, and tell me if I'm wrong here, the only reason why anyone I can imagine wanting to patent something like that is so you can sell merch, right? The mouse pad, the t-shirt, the baseball cap. Isn't that it?
I would think so.
So all of a sudden, Mariah Carey, Queen of Christmas, if that went through, which we found out it did not, but if it went through, she would get all the money off of that phrase.
Any shirt, any hat, any glassware, everything.
So there are two singers, Elizabeth Chan and Darlene Love, who went, hold on, and basically kind of went into the patent office, or I don't know if they went in. Maybe they I don't know, video chatted or texted. I don't know who did what. Or they got lawyers. I think they lawyered up. But they wanted to put a stop to this possible, what are you looking at me repeatedly like that? But they wanted to put a stop to this.
And they did.
And I do not know. Have you ever heard of Elizabeth Chan before this?
Not even.
Elizabeth Chan evidently has made it a career to only sing Christmas music and has put out many albums in her years. One of them actually being called Queen of Christmas.
Queen of Christmas.
And then Darlene Love. Go. This is yours.
So, Darlene Love, who I absolutely adore. You know, I played her husband.
On TV? In life? On the red carpet?
Yes, in real life, I played her husband. And the first thing when I walked into the room, the first thing she said to me, she looked at me in real life, in person, she goes, I didn't realize how much you would look like my ex-husband. Which I was like, oh, is that a good thing? Am I going to go home? Anyway, but yes. Can I talk about something else real fast?
Well, just round out this. Can't we get off this one side?
So, yes, we rounded up. Anyway, Mariah Carey lost.
Well,
Julie Chen won. Not Julie Chen. Julie Chen.
They didn't. No. But the thing is that her name is Elizabeth Chan. They were just trying to put a stop to it. They didn't want to be called it. It's just that both of them, meaning Elizabeth Chan and Darlene Love, have an ownership to Christmas music because they've sung it more than Mariah, probably.
Yes,
is my guess. But we do have to do this before you go on. Remember your thought.
Oh, we had to. Okay, I remember my thought.
So this is the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So
Which was a hot mess.
This is after the courts have said you are not the Queen of Christmas, and yet this is what we saw.
She's a pop superstar who will spread joy with her holiday special on CBS December 20th at 8 p.m. and her new must-have children's book. It's called The Christmas Princess. But now, SG, the wait's over.
The wait is over to celebrate the beginning of the Christmas season and to perform her all-time #1 hit song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Here she is, the Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey.
They look so bitterly cold. Here she is. I mean, didn't they look just? I mean, they're making a lot of money. I imagine. They can't be there.
I need comments, y'all.
They were.
I need comments.
The thing is, they snuck in Queen of Christmas, even though.
And the heifer wore a crown.
And she wore a crown and had an umbrella, which I think is
a bumper shoot. A
bumper shoot.
A parasol.
She had a bumper shoot.
A parasol.
And she had the mermaid dress. She had that weird mermaid.
I'm like,
but she had all that, but yet the U.S. Patent Bureau went.
Okay, I have to ask?
Yeah, now you may do whatever you want.
Give me comments, y'all, because it's Christmas.
Here's the comment.
It's Christmas.
That is true.
It's Christmas. Why is she wearing a mermaid dress with a heart-shaped bodice at Christmas?
And she looks a little bit. I mean, she also was very cold looking, and she didn't look like she's.
Anyway. 2.
Yes.
Why Was she carrying a parasol? What does a parasol?
What if there's a heat lamp underneath it? That would make sense.
That bitch is rich.
That-
That's a rich ass bitch right there.
Why-
Because if you can go,
Heat lamp. It's summer.
all I want for Christmas. Whoo, Lord, it's hot and warm.
Well, if anyone could afford it, she could afford it.
It's a New Orleans umbrella. What's going on? It's a parasol. I'm like, I don't know. Hey, Susan, at least it's red. I guess that was the theme. Just wear something red, girl, with lots of tulle. Wear something red with lots of tulle.
I have to show you guys something that is. So she had a quote in some, I don't know, magazine news report. So this was the quote, Mariah, once again, in case you didn't understand the shit. Here it is. When I'm not on stage, I'm in holiday mode and there are rules I set. I don't care who it is, the kids, if I have guests, whatever. Nobody is allowed to play or watch anything other than Christmas-related thing. If I wake up in the middle of the night and walk into the living room and the music isn't playing and the lights aren't on, I just can't handle it. Mariah Carey, not the Queen of Christmas. She's a bit Christmas obsessed, isn't she?
She said, hey, Terrence Carey, look at you. She said Christmas-related thing.
If the Christmas-related thing isn't on,
if that Christmas
I go crazy.
thing, I don't know what to do about it.
Mariah.
She wore a mermaid dress for Christmas.
Is that your bottom line? I think the crown.
And a crown.
She kept the crown.
And a bumper shoot.
She's saying Elizabeth Chan, Darlene Love. I'm not going to do that.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. It's all. I don't. What else can we talk? Let's talk about this.
Go.
So, I don't know how many of y'all like the let me scoot in and talk about this.
I'm gonna lean in and listen.
So I don't know how many of y'all like the Hallmark Channel, right? Because I know some of y'all really
you like the
love.
Hallmark Channel.
I don't. Honey.
The thing is, we have a friend who writes for the Hallmark Channel.
And 2 of their movies was listed as the top 10 best Hallmark movies ever. Makes a living off writing Hallmark movies.
Is not Christian, writes Christmas movies, makes a mint.
We love that about them. And so, but I'm not a Hallmark movie person. I know for me, it's like no one looks like this. They tried it a couple times in the last few years.
Well, first of all, I don't know that we know because I think for me, it's just that it's all that saccharine sweet storyline, right? Like, that isn't you and me. We need some grit. We need something. We need some violence and nudity.
Somebody gets slapped and pooped on or something. What?
At least.
What did I just say?
You said you want to see someone get pooped on at
Well,
least.
because what I was going to say was I lifted my
doesn't happen
hiney and thought I was going to say something. I went, oh, that's too graphic.
We are now
and then
beyond.
another thing
The
came
story
out.
is
What else happens in that region?
There's nothing of this story that's as
poops
interesting
on.
as this. Oh, we're pooped on. Okay. There we go. So we have to say this name. Say the name.
Candace Cameron Bure.
So Candace Cameron Bure, is that what you're saying name?
Bure. You might remember her.
Right.
Bure.
There's an accent on it.
I don't know.
Bure.
That's too gay. That's too gay. It has to be Bure.
Also,
because that's too gay. Bure is too gay.
So I went, so this is my whole thinking on this. So I first of all go, is she related to Kirk Cameron? I had to know stuff. Oh, low battery. Oh God.
All right. So
I'm gonna go get
I'm gonna get
him. So you're gonna carry this. I'm gonna
carry it.
Yeah, go.
So this is my favorite quote right here. The White Mark Channel. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch it because I don't even see like black folks as like the best friend. I don't even see that on there. It's just like, okay. So I don't watch it, but then recently they've been doing like one of the little twin girls from Half and Half is on the show doing movies now. And it's kind of cute. And I watched a little snippets of that, but I'm not gonna watch it. So Candace Cameron, she has aligned herself with a new Christmas channel.
Not a Christmas
A
channel.
Christian movie channel called Great American Families. Am I right about that?
I think so.
Is it Great American Families?
Family.
Great American Family.
And not only has aligned herself, I got to go around the corner, around the
where
bend,
fudge is made. Going back again.
Corner where fudge is made. to plug in the thing. There we go. Ding.
Right, we're about to die.
charging.
All right, so it's like she's aligned herself with GAF.
Well, did you say the thing about how
Which Ali spelled it backwards.
But did you say But did you say the thing with how Hallmark Channel was being inclusive? You said that part? I couldn't hear. So being
Hallmark Channel started to be inclusive. They have a gay film coming,
and
gay Christmas coming out.
What's her face? Candace Cameron Bure went, I don't like this inclusion. I don't like
And went over to the
inclusivity."
GAF, spell it
But
backwards.
not only went over to the GAF, but is a major player there.
Yeah.
Is like literally a founding, like, I'm going to help develop programming. And she was asked by the Wall Street Journal, so
are you going to have...
tell me about the families that you're going to represent on GAF. And she's like, oh, they're going to be traditional families. We're not going to do any of that
Our programming is going to be more traditional families. Because we want to literally said, we want to make sure that Christ is put back in Christmas.
Here is the exact. Oh, and here's another little. She said, I think that Great American Family. Why are you farting?
Because I went...
You're not Bobby Brown.
That was Whitney Houston who did that.
They both did it. They both were doing it. So, 1 second.
Better out than in, I say.
I'm going to erase this episode. You can't fart on
It
national
came out because
TV.
it was hurting. It was hurting.
You
This
could
is
go.
not
You can
national.
excuse what I say to our children. Excuse yourself. Go in the other room.
You still
don't
heard
do it. No, I'm not necessarily with her.
It's this drink, Alessandra.
Okay, now I'm just upset. Now you got to make me feel better, and I don't know how you're going to do that.
I'm the luckiest man in the world
Oh
to
my
have you in my
god! Do you
life.
even buy that?
The fact that you turned at the exact same time.
You were totally drunk. So we got to say this. So she said, I think Great American Family will keep traditional marriage at the core. So this created there was a huge blowback.
Yeah.
The fact that she's saying traditional family, as if traditional family, in my mind, this is what I think she's thinking, traditional, white, straight family, Christian family values. And that is basically...
All right. And also it makes me think, I'm sorry, for all these queers who are Christian, and you're out there, is that saying, well, guess what? You're Christian, but you're not the right Christian.
You're not the right Christian.
So we're not going to make anything about you. There's going to be no content about you because you're not the right Christian. Because you are the reverse lettering of GAF, which is what our thing is.
So the only thing that I have,
I
have a JoJo Siwa quote.
Oh, because you know we love a ponytail.
Side
pony.
JoJo Siwa.
Side pony.
Well, let's explain. Was on what Dance
with the
Moms?
Stars. Sue James.
No, but she was on Dance Moms.
Dance Moms first, and then she became a
Dance-
superstar. I feel like I should take my shirt
Is
off
she
because
not-
Stu James is here.
Is she a are they non-binary? I can't remember.
They're
just
lesbian. They're
Are
lesbian.
they just lesbian? Listen to me. So they had some sort of connection, evidently, with Candace Cameron Bure, and then this
She
Candace
said that Candace Cameron Bure was the worst person she ever met in her life.
Well, I don't have that quote. I have this. Honestly, I can't believe after everything that went down just a few months ago that she would not only create a movie with intention of excluding LGBTQIA+, but that also talking about it in the press. This is rude and hurtful to the whole community of people. And I don't think she's the only one saying this.
People are saying, it's like, but...
And do you know that, what's her name, Jodie Sweetin?
Jodie Sweetin, her daughter.
Her sister
of the show, Full House.
Is for JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many
Well,
people...
Jodie Sweetin is actually a really popular actress in the 99C theater scene here in Los Angeles.
Who are you talking to?
I don't know.
I felt like that there was an advertisement going, really, she's the most popular person in Los Angeles. I don't know what was going on. It was just kind of hitting me.
I just went into saying, fuck you, Candace.
And that's all.
And that could be for a lot of different Candaces. Cool.
Okay. Just so we,
In Vail, Colorado today, Candace Owens was caught stealing trash out of a dumpster. Our reporters tried to catch up to her to get a comment. Candace, please, why are you stealing trash out of a dumpster? Candace then tried to crawl inside of the dumpster. Upon further review,
When we looked inside of the dumpster, we noticed she was in there with Larry Elder, who was also stealing garbage. Back to you, Becky.
It's a year or two old, but I always...
Back to you, Becky.
Back to you, Becky.
Back to you, Becky.
You know, I also think this goes back, but Phineas and Ferb, the sister was Candace as well. And she was also a very negative... Maybe Candace is the name. It's the negative...
No, because I know...
Do you know who
Candace
is?
I know Candace Kane.
Yeah.
And Candace Kane. There are two different Candaces. One's an actress Candace, one is a costumer Candace.
And neither one of them did porn.
I don't even know what that means.
It just was a thing I said at the top of my mouth.
All right, again. Fuck you, Candace.
Okay, now we're on to another fuck
Angela
you.
Peel, what's up, baby?
So, now we have to do this. I'm going to say 2 words and you're going to go. Ready? Herschel Walker. Now I'm going to let Joy Reid say this more clearly. Here we go.
I want to play you a little sound from Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker today. Take a look.
And at the same time, I love to debate Joy Reid. And I said, any day of the week she want to debate, she can show up here and I debate her as well. On any subject, she come up with the subject and let's go at it.
Okay, Herschel, come on. It ain't but a short walk. No, seriously. We've reached out to your team. We will have you on the readout any day and we can debate. Just tell us when. But I do want to make one thing clear, Herschel. You can't bring your friends. You see your little friends there? You can't bring them. You have to do this debate on your own. But come on. The doors of the church are open, like the pastors say.
She said, come on. You're going to walk over, but you're going to limp back.
That was good.
I know.
Herschel Walker, in an interview, also said this.
Well, first of all, this election is more than Herschel Walker. This election is about the people.
I'm sorry, he said what? What did he say?
I don't know. Play it again. I couldn't hear him.
I wasn't sure. What did he say?
What did he say?
I wasn't sure.
What did he say?
One more time.
Hold on.
Well, first of all, this election is more than Herschel Walker. This election is about the people.
This erection is about the people.
Which is what people thought of me in the 80s.
So you found this meme that I think was the best meme of all about this whole thing. Here we are.
We're going to leave that up for just a second for y'all to figure it out.
Find it. Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, Herschel Walker. Find it.
Find it and
go.
Go to comments.
Erection.
I want to... Mortimer, look, we found the biggest coon in all the land.
You have to do it.
This
I can't
motherfucker.
This is yours.
This
motherfucker
is totally... sounded like Scooby Doo. Sounded like Mush Mouth from the Bill Cosby cartoon, Fat Albert.
Well, but he's like this. I want to Joy Reid. How could you possibly debate Joy Reid?
I would like to start a GoFundMe.
Here we go. Finally, thank you, Benet. Trading Places.
Matthew Black got it as well.
Oh, I didn't.
I would like to start a GoFundMe.
So this is the meme was of Trading Places. They just put the other pictures in. Just Eddie Murphy.
And if you know Trading Places is about.
That's one of your
my favorite movies of all time. As about a down and out black man and these two white men have a bet.
Mortimer.
Have a bet that they can transform him into somebody that
society
will
transform
like.
Him.
Yeah. And then they're going to throw him away. And it goes all awry. But it's a funny fucking movie.
It's also actually a commentary of society. I think it really is a very good
with my favorite actress of all time,
Salma Hayek. I don't remember who's in it. Who's the actress?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis isn't I don't remember that.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis. Happy belated birthday, Jamie Lee Curtis. We have the same birthday, and she's just. I love me some Jamie Lee Curtis, y'all.
No, I'm gonna watch the movie because I don't remember Jamie.
Honey, in the movie. Physical with John Travolta, she almost turned me. When she did that hip thing in that movie and that, Lord Jesus, help us today. Anyway, she plays the prostitute. She's so good. Louis, Louis, you can't stay here. Oh, you got a fever, Louis. Just lay down, Louis. Anyway, I love that movie. But please, this is my personal plea to Georgia.
You know what? He is the show. I'm going to watch him now because he's more entertaining than anything.
This is my personal plea to Georgia.
I'm watching you go all over the place.
So Herschel Walker is fucked up. Reverend Warnock won by 38,000 points, but he did not reach the 50% threshold, 51% threshold to actually.
I don't think it's 51.
They had to over anything over 50%. He did not meet that threshold, but he was 38,000 votes. So why don't we do this? Let's keep that happening, y'all. Because we cannot let this fool get anywhere near. Anywhere near.
The man who
and for those of you who want me to say it like Herschel Walker, him can go over there about here.
But he has the badge, and he also has been in the military, and he also graduated top of his class, and he also...
Thank you, Stu.
Thank you very much.
Take your shirt off and show me.
So Donald Trump...
Why do we...
because of this. One knew you'll like this. Is back on Twitter.
Oh.
And his niece, Mary Trump, said this.
Okay, so I'm not on the Twitter anymore. I just Twitter done. Because, Elon Musk can suck a boo.
I had to place that because, well...
Can we talk about why he's a loser? What happened this week?
Yes.
I mean, at the Mar-a-Lago Roach Motel, this mother flipping flucker says...
Well, first he invites his good friend Ye.
No, what he says
Before
is...
then?
What he says is, Kanye, Ye, whatever the fuck he is, Ye calls him and says, can I come down and have something new?
And bring a friend.
And no, he didn't say anything about the friends. He said Ye was coming to come down to Mar-a-Lago. Ye shows up with 2 other people. Now, I want y'all to think about this. All Trump did was talk about how the security at Mar-a-Lago was so tight. There's no way that all of the classified documents that he stole could have ever been touched, right? Because security is so tight. There's so much security there. So Ye Coon shows up bringing an unnamed person and Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is the most racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic,
white nationalist, basically.
White nationalist you could ever have.
He was in Charlottesville. He was very proud to be at Charlottesville. He was very proud to be at the insurrection. No, that guy, yeah, absolutely. Continue.
Shows up with Ye Kun.
Yes.
Kunye. Shows up with Kunye. And they all have dinner out on the patio.
And they were good guys, a lot of fun. No one was anti-Semitic.
This mug had to put out a statement saying no one there was anti-Semitic.
I liked everyone. I
didn't even know who Nick Fuentes was.
Never knew. Okay, that right there. Let's go.
I didn't know who he was. So, real quick.
Go. Yeah,
real quick.
Go.
So, you're saying that security is so tight there, but you let the biggest white supremacist in the country in there, and you didn't know who he was, and he just sat at your table, bitch.
Well, didn't he say that there were good people on all sides?
There are good people on all sides.
Yeah. I guess Nick Fuentes was one of the good people.
And now he's trying to do damage control, saying, I don't know who he was.
And he went from talking about Ye saying, oh, well, nothing anti-Semitic was said, to now saying, oh, well, maybe he needs some special treatment and help. Like he's doing, as he's going on and as the negative press is rolling in, he is doing more distance control. The meme I found, because he kept saying, I don't know Nick Fuentes. All this stuff.
Him, I don't know.
This is the meme. I've never even heard of Mar-a-Lago.
I'm sad now because the meme we should have found was from Color Purple. I don't know her neither.
I don't know her neither. Oh
Because
my
it's amazing
God.
to me. No, it's amazing. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, he
how
says
these things happen.
Ye is a seriously troubled man. But
And
I
then
had him to my
today,
house.
he said today that he hates Elon Musk because Elon Musk is not letting Alex Jones back on Twitter because Alex Jones is a Christian and Elon Musk doesn't believe in Christ. That's why he's not letting him on. Kanye, please take your medication. Please.
And vote.
Y'all vote.
We are rounding out, but we have one special video. Do you
And
wanna
this
set
is
up?
from our hearts.
This is from our heart. I don't think there's any setup necessary.
There's no setup necessary.
Merry Christmas.
Trigger warning.
Oh, happy holidays.
Christmas comes but once a year, and when it comes, it brings good cheer. A season of goodwill and fun. And yet, while most of us feel festive, Grinches out there just get restive and spoil it all for everyone. Though it's too much to expect you to be nice, you'll find that life is easier with this advice. Try not to be a cunt, it's Christmas. Take a tip from Santa's elf. The rest of us are doing our best to be jolly, so don't go looking like you swallowed a bunch of holly. Don't shout at carol singers and tell them to stop. Don't buy your presents from the Oxfam shop. For fuck's sake, be merry, have another sherry, and try not to be a cunt, 'cause Santa's coming. Try not to be a cunt. Look, there's a reindeer. Try not to be a cunt. C-U-N-T, cunty, cunty, cunt.
Take that to heart.
Take it to heart. Happy holidays, the beginning of
The
them.
beginning of the, I guess, true holiday season. It's not.
Mariah opened the door already.
She said it's November 1st. We can talk about this all along. We love y'all. See you hopefully next week.
Hopefully.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We have no idea. Who's it with gays? Hey, Constance Joe Lopez. You came in late, girl.
Night.